Hello everyone. So we finally got the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and we finally got more information on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm here to give you my raw, unfiltered thoughts about what I thought about the presentation, and I'm also going to let you know about stuff I got right and stuff I got wrong in my last video about the Nintendo Switch 2 predictions. So, immediately, I would say my initial impressions of the presentation is that it was good, but I still need more information. I still need to know what the price is because Nintendo did not let us know the price. They completely left us in the dark about the price. So that's usually not a good sign. When a company does not give a price for their product during a major presentation, a major reveal, that's usually not a good thing. I'm just letting you know right now. Now, there is no official price, but it is speculated to be $450, which is $50 more than what I thought it would be. I thought it would be a flat $400 because to me that's a very attractive price. Same price as an entry-level Steam Deck. It is $100 more expensive than the original Nintendo Switch, but you're getting improved frame rates, improved graphics, exclusive games, bigger screen. So to me, it was worth it, paying $100 more. But it turns out it's going to be $150 more. And if you're going to get a game, and if you're going to get a Switch 2 Pro controller, you're looking at paying close to $600 after tax, which is insane. Nintendo has always prided themselves on being the affordable option in gaming, but now that is gone, which is really sad to see. And I get it, inflation, tariffs, all that stuff. Even in spite of that, Nintendo still made their products affordable. Look back at the 2008 recession. The Wii launched 2 years before that, in 2006. They still charged, I believe the Wii was $200, $250. They were able to do that back then, but not now, which is unfortunate. So here's a new feature of the Switch 2 is that it has voice chats built in. Voice functionality. I think that's really cool. Finally, Nintendo is catching up to the standards of Xbox in 2005, Xbox 360. It's better than nothing, I guess. This should have been on the original Nintendo Switch. I mean, and look at that. Oh, you can see the lag. Look at that. It's so slow. The screens of the other people. Look at how slow it is. It's really disappointing. Very disappointing. The fact that in 2025, current year, Nintendo is just barely catching up to the competition, and they still really slow. I mean, good for Nintendo, I guess. Better late than never. We should expect better. We really should. So yeah, I finally found out what the C button is. Stands for chat. I have to admit I was wrong on this one. I will totally admit I was wrong. Because I for sure thought that the C button would be a screen sharing button, which would allow you to share your screen of the Nintendo Switch to another Nintendo Switch. But nope, turns out it's for voice chat functionality. I was wrong about that. Also, here we have the camera. Nintendo selling a camera add-on that will show your face cam. And this is going to be, I'm just very interested to see how this plays out. I imagine people are going to have a lot of fun with that. But once again, how is it just now going to be a feature for Nintendo, for a Nintendo system, when both Microsoft and Xbox had this 20 years ago? Seriously, 20 years ago. Both Microsoft and PlayStation had this feature. Didn't have face cam, so I'll give Nintendo that. In terms of just voice chat and party chat, PlayStation and Xbox have had that for 20 years. 20 years. And Nintendo is just barely catching up. So that is very disappointing to see. Very disappointing. Like I said, better late than never. Why are we applauding Nintendo for doing the bare minimum and coming in last place? Seriously. What else do we have here? So here we have the new features. 7.9 inches. So almost 8 inches, which is insane. That's not even a handheld anymore. 8 inches. 8 inches. That's huge. Don't get me wrong, I actually like big screens. I really do. But even I will admit, 8 inches is big. 8 inches is really big. People's standards have changed. I get it. These handhelds have a lot of power in them, so they need to be bigger by necessity. I still think it's really way too big. Even as someone who likes big handhelds, I like Switch OLED, I like Steam Deck. That's really big. Have bigger control sticks and mouse controls, which was basically confirmed in the initial teaser trailer of the Switch 2. It's nice to have confirmation. Here we have better audio. Just going to skip through here. Switch 2 with Switch 1. It's a pretty big upgrade in terms of screen size. So I'll give them that. Screen is actually way more improved. You can see a lot more. So that's the one advantage big screens have. You can just see much more. You can't put it in your pocket, but at least you can see more and have more visual clarity. So I like that. It will also have a fan. The dock will have a fan. And here's the thing that I think is really important, and the thing that kind of shocked me. 4K support. Officially confirmed, and HDR as well. 4K. Seriously. That is amazing. It's still kind of strange for me to consider that Nintendo is finally in the 4K era. I mean, even though PlayStation and Xbox got to there in 2016, almost 10 years ago, once again, Nintendo late to the competition, at least they did it. Once again, better late than never. You're going to hear me repeat that a lot because it's true. Better late than never. And I'd rather Nintendo have these features than not have them at all. Even if it is a generation late, almost 2 generations late, I would still rather have them than not have them at all. And here we have a game. Predicted this. A pack-in game for the Nintendo Switch 2. However, it is not free as a paid, yep, right there, as a paid digital-only game. That's really unfortunate. You actually have to pay for this. At least Sony gave you Astrobot for free, and it came packed into the Nintendo Switch. With this, you actually have to buy it. Here we have cartridge, which is red. There is no indentation on it. It's just different color. That's it. I was hoping, in fact I was expecting it to have some type of physical indentation, but I suppose it does not. And you can transfer data. I think I actually have to pay for this. I think. Not sure. I mean, I'm really hoping you don't have to pay for it. I'll find that out later. And then you have the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller, which has a C button on it. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is not backwards compatible. You cannot use this on the original Nintendo Switch. You have to, it can only be used on the Switch 2. Some Switch games cannot be played on the Switch 2. And you have Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games, which are games that were released that are available on the original Switch but can be played on Switch 2 with additional features, and they look better graphically. So, very similar to PS5 games and PS4 games. Mario Jamboree with some interesting new features. Some people streaming this because I can already tell it's going to be unintentionally hilarious. Just absolutely. And you already know, here's the thing, you already know, with this feature, someone is going to use bad language. Absolutely, 100%. Someone's going to say fuck. Power the... You already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. See these features. Oh yeah, here we have an expanded version of Breath of the Wild, or Switch 2 Edition. You know the deal. Better graphics, higher frame rate. And then a smartphone application called Zelda Notes, which is a really strange application because it has a GPS, even though we can just use the map that's in the game already. So a bit of a strange thing. You can also share creations. What else? Kirby. 1080p 120 FPS HDR for Metroid Prime Beyond. That's insane. Now, I can guarantee you it will not always be 120 FPS. Absolutely. Absolutely. If the PS5 cannot hit 120 FPS, then what hope does the Nintendo Switch have at hitting 120 FPS? Which is a much weaker system. So I highly doubt it's going to be 120 FPS locked all the time. Absolutely not going to happen. Absolutely not. Most you might get is 105 FPS. 99 FPS. But 120 FPS locked? Not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. And you have the upgrade pack. And you can purchase the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of these games. If you have the Nintendo Switch version of the game already, you can play the Nintendo Switch edition of the game by buying an upgrade pack. And how much is that going to be? I mean, they didn't tell us. I'm really hoping